Victory is ours. All is well that ends well. Victory is ours. Our triumph was never in doubt. All is well that ends well. Victory is ours. Our triumph was never in doubt. Diligence is its own reward. triumph was never in doubt.
Temple on top of a mountain. It certainly benefits from divine protection of some kind. Yggdrasil fell to earth not far from here, yet the temple buildings escaped entirely
I know that face. That man is a knight of Heliodorian swine! You think that your blockade will break us? Think again. The disciples of Angri-La are made of...
What in the... These movements must be...
Enough! All of... Is this how we treat visitors? As your Hyla?
Your Holiness, these people are not visitors. They are soldiers of Heliodor. We cannot be...
Soldiers of Heliodor? The tall one, perhaps, but his young friend. I sense a great power within you. Tell me.
Incredible. He divined you...
How long we have waited for... Please, you must forgive my disciples' discourtesy. Welcome to Angri-La, honored luminary. It would please me if you would join me in the High Hall.
Strange child, but remarkably perceptive for one so young. Well, we have come this far. We might as well make our way to this high...
welcome you once again to Angri-La, honored luminary. As I believe you know, it is my privilege to serve as High Lama of this most...
I am to address you as Your Holiness, correct? Might I ask...
Why, everything, of course. We have awaited his coming ever since the day he entered this world. And
Waiting for him? What do you...
I mean exactly what I say, nothing more. Tell me, do you recognize the symbol on this banner? It is the emblem of Dundrasil. Since the age of heroes, the princes of that nation have come here to train with us for 6 years. Your young friend was born a prince of Dundrasil. Thus did we expect him to come here as a boy and study under the great Grand Master Pang. Sadly, that was...
So if fate had been kinder, you would have spent a good part of your What of his tutor, this Grand Master Pang?
When the Lord of Shadows brought the world tree low, the Master set out to summon a magical mandala to protect the temple. The spell succeeded, but its power was too great.
A noble sacrifice.
Now that the Master is gone, it falls to me to guide you. Come to the field of discipline.
It is a shame that the Grand Master cannot be here. I would have liked to meet one so noble.
Beyond those doors lies the field of discipline, where students of Angri-La strive for enlightenment. Before we tread upon this hallowed ground, let me tell you a little of our history. And of the luminary. Before setting out to defeat the Dark One, Erdwin came to our temple to learn from the Wise One. The first Grand Master, i.e., accepted him as a disciple and trained him in the secrets of... But he did not train alone. During his time here, he met someone
Who was this person?
Another of Ai Yi's disciples, a young mage whose talent outshone that of all. Erdwin and Morkant would train together every day, each striving to outstrip the other. Though they were fierce rivals, when their training was complete, Morkant joined with Erdwin in his quest to slay the Dark One. Without Morkant's magic, he might... Before setting out, they carved an inscription into this stone, a pledge of it.
Morkant. I have not heard them.
Now, allow me to show you to the field of discipline, if you would be so good as to follow me. Welcome to the field of discipline. Since the age of heroes, many a would-be warrior. If your karma had been different, this is where you would have trained under Grand Master Pang, like all the princes of Dundrasil before you. I have brought you here so that you might stand in the footsteps of your ancestors. And even your grandfather, Lord Robert, completed his training here. The memory of his achievements...
His achievement?
Pang was a harsh master. With this implement, disciples whose efforts were lacking were given motivation. During the course of his 6 years of tuition, your grandfather's right honourable posterior was paddled an unprecedented. The tale of Lord Robert's road to enlightenment lives on to this day. Every disciple knows that he must focus at all times.
A legendary achievement.
You are worried for your grandfather, yes? Do not be. Lord Robert overcame every challenge set for him. The fall of the World Tree would not have been enough to extinguish one so resilient. He is alive. Tonight there will be a modest feast in the High Hall to celebrate your long-awaited arrival. We may not be able to aid you as we would have done were Master Pang still with us. But in this respect at least,
Awake at last, It is high time. If the Grand Master were still alive, perhaps we might have learned something to help us in our fight.
And the hermit? What news of him?
Forgive us, Your Holiness. The monsters on the mountain path would...
I see.
Your Holiness.
Yes, Sir Hendrik. I fear there is. You see, 2 weeks ago
Hello?
That I do not know. The moment he heard that Master Pang had passed away, he ran from the temple. He was last seen climbing the path to the summit. The mountain has become infested with monsters, emboldened and strengthened by the rise of the... This being so, I dispatched a group of disciples to return him to safety.
I have trained all my life for a moment such as this, and yet I have failed in my first truth.
Might we be able to offer some assistance?
I thank you for your kindness, but you are guests here. I cannot ask you to undertake.
A knight of Heliodor does not obey. These people have shown us great kindness. It is only right that we do them a kindness in return.
Thank you from the bottom of my heart, but I cannot allow you. We must depart for the summit of Mount Panglai without delay. After exiting the temple, we will take the path to...
triumph was never in doubt. Triumph was never in doubt. All is well that ends well. never in doubt. Victory is ours.
It seems we are too late. Is this the...
Unfortunately so. He was in deep meditation when he breathed his last. But that posture, it is awful. Uniquely awful.
Incredible! Issue 1 of the Ogler's Digest.
Indeed. It seems our friend here made his peace with the world. But this is one of the royal treasures of Dundrasil. Why would a lowly hermit have...
By the skies! Can it
Lord Robert!
Your grandfather was Master Pang's most fervent disciple. Can he have chosen to follow his mentor to the...
No! He is still breathing.
What?
His spirit hovers in the place between life and death. It is only a matter of time before he passes. But there may yet be a way to say... If you were to follow him into the void, you might be...
But how?
The ancient teachings tell us that the summit of Mount Panglai stands at the crossroad. If you will permit me, I can perform an ancient rite that will send you to the place between worlds. But it is not a decision to be taken lightly. Once that place... Well, will you take that chance? Will you visit... Very well. I will prepare for the ritual. Tell me when you are... It is time to depart for the place to which every soul must...
What is this foolish dance? What manner...
Another wandering soul drifts into my domain. Destiny is cruel indeed. This may be a fruitless question, given the vacant expression you wear, but... He is wise beyond his years. An intellectual giant. Do you think me a fool, boy? Do not pretend. There is no need. Let me unburden you of at least... I will explain in simple terms that even an idiot may understand. Before Yggdrasil fell, Departed souls would come here, but now that the tree is gone, it is a place with an entrance but no exit. A dead end for the dead. What I'm trying to tell you is that you will never leave this world. As long as the cycle of souls is interrupted, all who die will suffer the same fate. Until at last, the Lord of this is your destiny. Or do you cling to the vain hope? And yet, you would not be alone in your foolish... Some people just don't know when to... Did you think that he chose death? He came here with hope in his heart. Your grandfather came to find me so that I might teach him the last of my secret. You know who I am, of course. Foolish child. I am Pang. Do you see the magic circle? The precise pattern of movements draws energy from the ether and channels it to create the mandala of Yggdrasil. This, he has been flailing away like this ever since he arrived here. It is not good for him at his age. But when the great sigil is complete, he will have mastery over a power not seen since the age of Hero. Get out, mate! Don't you dare give up now! I'll beat your Would you look at that?
Hey! Did you see that? I finally did it! Oh!
Yes. Very impressive.
Jinx! Grandmaster Pang! Woohoo! For the first time in my long life, she's actually paid me a compliment.
Perhaps if you could stop congratulating yourself for one moment and squint.
Oh my! Och, not you as well. Your poor young life snatched away from you.
Stop your snivel.
He's what? But what's he doing here?
He and his friends found your body and sent his...
Ah, really? But I only came here to... You went to... Oh. Finer than ever, in fact. Now that I've learned the final secret, you and me are going to be unstoppable. Come on, let's get back to our bodies and show that Lord of Shadows what we're made of.
Stop right there! Where do you think you are going?
I can't thank you enough for all you've done, Grandmaster.
Finished. Oh, honored luminary. If you would like to follow me. Your grandfather has mastered the last secret. It is a technique first devised in the Age of Heroes by Morkant, brother-in-arms. For you, I have a technique no less impressive. And it was devised by Erdwin himself during his training with IE, our first.
Well, that can't be a bad thing. Me with Morkant's spell and you with Erdwin's attack. We'll be unstoppable.
If you can master it. None since Erdwin has been able to do so. The training you must undergo to acquire this power will be more intense. Well, do you think you have what it... I knew you would make the right choice. The first step is to focus your mental energies and call forth a blade of... As good as can be expected for a first attempt.
Battle? You mean you're going to fight him?
Me? Why would I rumple my nice clean robe?
What? You're...
Who better, Lord Robert? You have mastered all that. And besides, I've always wanted to see two princes of Dundrasil battling it out. Let me know when you are ready to begin. Before we continue, allow me to give your grandfather an unfair advantage.
Oh, aye! I've not felt this up.
That's the spirit. Don't hold back.
Just you.
Luminary, prepare yourself. The more you use it, the stronger it will become.
Here I come, laddie.
Oh, yes. Wonderful. I must say, I doubted you had it in you. But the power of the technique comes from your heart. Hone that greatest of weapons, and none would... Now, I think it's time we peeled that old
You beat me, even with the last secret of Angry-La in my side. Oh,
You weren't too much of an embarrassment, no. Perhaps I finally have a disciple.
So this is where you have been.
wait.
Mordegan.
Sniveling worms. You thought to escape my clutches by coward?
No! Ugh! Curse you! So fine. It seems we must do it the hard way. You two will just have to learn the ultimate ability here and now.
What? So the last secret of Angry-La, wasn't it?
Of course not, foolish man. There is another. A supreme skill devised. Well, don't just stand there. Combine your... so that I can die.
You dare to
You must do exactly as I say. Exactly when I... Robert, do not think. Act. Now, Luminary! Yes, the last and greatest of all the secrets of Angry-La. Solar Flare!
He is back with us. But he is greatly weakened. We must get him to the temple.
You are finally awake. Good. Lord Robert awoke a short while ago. He's outside speaking with the High Lama.
Hello there, laddie. What are you staring at me like that for? Is this...
It is your physique, Lord Robert. You were a good deal slighter, only a short time ago.
Oh, that! Nothing a good breakfast couldn't cure. Aye, the Grand Master put me...
Lord Robert has told me what came to pass in the void, that you met Grand Master Pang, and that she trained... I hear that you were even able to master the ultimate abilities of your ancestors.
And I hear that I owe you a debt of thanks, Sir Henrik, for looking after the boy here while I was away.
Please think nothing of it, my lord. It is the least I could do to make amends.
Oh, don't torture yourself over it, son. We've all been pawns in Mordigan's game.
Thank you. Truly. What do you intend to do now?
Well, funnily enough, I was just thinking, she said old Erdwin used a very special form of transport when he went after the Dark One.
Whatever could that mean?
I didn't get the chance to ask her any more about it, but it sounds like just... As for our old friends, none of them were exactly the giving up type, eh? If I'm still alive and... So, what say we head over to Arborea and keep an eye out for our pals on the way? If this flying... There's no time to lose. The longer we...
Honored Luminary, we disciples of Angri-La will do all... We have even devised a special training regime for you. Visit us again soon.